Hi, I'm Chip. Welcome to the GTN Essentials Pilot Training course. I'll be helping you throughout the course and will introduce myself later on. But in case you are new to the course or haven't been back for a while, I wanted to point out some recent changes. We've added a new lesson in the approach phase of flight which describes the process for determining approach minima for RNAV approaches. In addition, we have included new content to reflect changes to the GTN with the release of software version 6.0. While there are many features in this newest version of the software, we have added additional content to cover user-defined holds, fuel range rings, and some changes made to approach behavior and procedures. To get things kicked off, we will review new features that were included in the most recent release. Garmin is pleased to announce some very exciting improvements made to the GTN with the release of software version 6.0. Let's take a look at what features and changes were included in the latest software release for the GTN series of GPS navigators. The following features and enhancements are included. User-defined hold. User-defined holds allow for the pilot to program a holding pattern as assigned by ATC over any waypoint in the navigation database or user-created waypoint that is currently in the active flight plan or direct-to course. We will take a closer look at this feature during Lesson 5. RF leg support. The GTN now supports RF or radius to fix leg types, which are curved paths that are occasionally found in some instrument approach procedures. Some procedures that had previously been removed from the navigation database are now made available. Vector to final waypoints. Initial and intermediate approach fixes located along the inbound approach course are now listed in the flight plan when loading an approach via vectors to final into the active flight plan. The addition of these waypoints give the pilot greater resources when air traffic control changes in approach clearance. We will take a closer look at this feature during Lesson 7. Secondary approach. Pilots now have the ability to load a secondary approach into the flight plan while performing the missed approach segment of the previously completed approach. When loading the second approach into the flight plan, the missed approach procedure from the previous approach remains the active portion of the flight plan. We will take a closer look at this feature during Lesson 7. Animated NexRad radar. Animated NexRad radar makes interpreting radar information much easier for the pilot. The GTN will animate up to 6 NexRad frames from different weather sources, including the GDL69 SXM receiver and the GDL88 ADS-B and GSR56 Iridium data link transceivers. A subscription may be required to receive NexRad data. Fuel range rings. Fuel range rings are a pilot-selectable map overlay indicating an estimate of remaining flight distance based on fuel on board, fuel consumption rates, and current ground speed. Two different rings appear on the map, an outer yellow ring displaying total endurance range, and an inner dashed green ring displaying range to reserve fuel. These rings offer the pilot additional situational awareness regarding fuel remaining and endurance. Search and rescue patterns. For operators conducting search and rescue missions, the GTN series now offers the ability to insert search and rescue patterns into the flight plan or via direct-to navigation. Available search and rescue patterns include parallel line search, expanding square, orbit, and sector. Search and rescue patterns require the purchase of a feature enablement, LP plus V approaches. The GTN now supports providing vertical guidance for LP approaches that previously provided lateral guidance only. These approaches are enunciated on the GTN as LP plus V, not to be confused with LPV. It is important to understand that this vertical guidance is advisory in nature only, and that all published altitudes need to be adhered to, and that obstacle and terrain clearance is not guaranteed beyond the final approach fix. For more information about these new features and other questions about the GTN series, please contact Garmin Aviation Support at 866-739-5687 or contact your local Garmin Aviation dealer.